But before we can truly get going, we need something... You know what? That'll do. That'll do. Chapter 2, Confusione! Dinosaurs of all colors and sizes adorn the steps up to the school, conversing with their peers, warmly welcoming each other and regaling each other with stories of faraway places. I wonder if Rachel and I share classes together. Passing through the dual doors into school, I continue onwards. Yes, that's generally what happens when you go through a door. I'm in Class A, if I remember correctly. Arriving at one of the first doors that line the hall, spotted a label with an A written on it. Stepping inside... Why are we over-describing this? Come on, man, none of this matters. Stepping inside, I was greeted with a common sight of students. Also, what fucking 14-year-old uses regale? Anon, please stop talking to your daughter like that. Stepping inside, I was greeted with a common sight of students. Yet you felt the urge to call it out. Either at their seats, prepping for class, or hanging around in groups. A collective glance shot my way for a second.
Emma, over here.
An exceedingly loud yet familiar voice emanated from the back of the room. I like how... So the voice... Such a weird way to describe something that is an active participant. Emanate implies a degree of passivity to it. People do not emanate voices. They may project one. Making my way over, with an overjoyed grin, I noticed the pained expressions of those who would not brace for the abrupt explosion of sound. It was a thing they'll have to get used to eventually, especially since they were now in class with Rachel.
How'd you know we'd be in the same class?
I asked as I sat in the seat sheet reserved to me.
Of course I knew. Fate isn't capable of tearing us apart.
The response was on brand for her, and though it was ambiguous, I couldn't help but be relieved. The prospect of spending my upcoming school life with a close friend was undoubtedly empowering. Why are you saying undoubtedly empowering? You're the one saying this! It's just empowering.
How have you been, Andy? Were you really that worried that we wouldn't be in the same class?
A sly grin grew on her face, teasing me over my misplaced emotions. A part of me knew all too well that answering her honestly would only make her more smug. Thankfully, another part of me also knew exactly how to deal with her. Placing a hand on the top of hers, I stared straight into her golden eyes. Of course I was worried. You can't even begin to imagine how lonely I'd be without you around. Just kiss already! But we're not even started and we're already getting to the kissing sequences. Dang, dude. We are in a no chills, no frills game here. There's like crumbs all over my desk. Where'd those come from? Ugh. Anyway, a fervent blush spread across her already red cheeks. She tried to pull away, but the next phase of my plan was already in motion. I'm so glad we're together again. With a tilt of my head and a smile, she was done. Blushing harder than thought possible regarding shades of red, broke away in a groan.
You know I don't like it when you get all serious and proper and stuff.
Her gaze dropped to avoid mine, cherry pink hair covering her face in a cute manner. Despite her reaction, deep down I knew she didn't actually mind me teasing her like this. It's because we're lesbians. Just kiss already!
That's how we truly feel after all. Oh, shut up.
I grinned at my mental victory over my friend. Why is it a mental victory? It's just a victory, man. But to my shock, giggling began to emanate from me. Giggling can emanate, but a voice does not. From behind us. It's really hard to explain why. It's hard to explain why, but I'm just being a little pedantic here. Well, dang. Someone didn't just damn. Well, dang.
Shut up.
Okay, we got over victory. Looking around, I saw a pair of girls in their seats snickering to themselves over the spectacle. Suddenly realizing that maybe I shouldn't have gone that far, I joined the flustered Rachel in embarrassment. Well, at least it wasn't that bad. The world gave us a chance to move on in the film of a ringing bell. Everyone shuffled to their seats just in time as the door opened. A female teacher entered the classroom, making her way to the desk before slamming down a stack of papers with a vibrant smile. Who is this? Oh, it's a completely new character. Who's, by the way, I'm pretty sure it's going to vanish in like a little while or so.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome you all on this journey in Volcano High.
She held a hand to her chest.
I'm Mrs. Amara, and I have the great privilege of being your homeroom teacher this year.
With a reassuring tilt of her head, I felt much more at ease for the coming time.
Now, I'm certain that some of you already know each other. Maybe you were compared at junior high at the time, but some of you meet him for the first time. So, for the first period we have, I'd like you all to introduce yourself to class and to me, so we all get to know each other.
We all saw this coming, but it didn't make it any less tedious to deal with. Mrs. Amara beckoned to the first unfortunate as all sitting in front started the sequence, one by one until it got to our turn. Rachel got up, of course. When she was the center of attention, she took a deep breath.
I'm Rachel Izana. Don't you go forgetting it.
A voice boomed throughout the enclosed classroom, to the point that the window shook from intensity. Satisfied with the job well done, she adopted a grin. Ah, what a cute little grin you adopted! Only we stopped somewhere.
Wait, how about you tell us what you would like to do, all your money interests?
Wait, that's not what I said. Our teacher definitely caught off guard with how empowered Rachel could get. Props to her for managing to hold in Red's introduction.
Well, I guess I enjoy parkour. Listening to really fast music gets my blood pumping and ready for action.
She answered, pumping her fist. As far as everyone could tell, she was a bundle of unbridled energy, unpredictable at times. Yeah, you've already kind of, like, I don't know, I mean, I get that you're trying to ham it home, but you've already made the point, like, twice, thrice by this point. It was any introvert's worst nightmare, as most of the time she couldn't handle sitting still. She seemed to calm down considerably when I'm with her, though. Just kiss already!
Well, I guess that's good enough.
Miss Amara was already showing signs of exhaustion from meeting Rachel. So, since I was next, I opted to give her a small break. Rachel turned past, facing forward to just the class, but also a teacher. Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot the important mission.
Hello, my name is Amber Moose. I'm a fan of many genres of music, and I enjoy playing as well, though I'm more focused on the piano at the moment.
Finishing my short introductions, I made eye contact with Mrs. Amara, predicting that she was going to ask me something.
Is it safe to assume you're related to a certain elusive moose?
Man, that last name just fucking sucks when it's not Anon's, right? It's so bad. Her eyebrow raised with a smile, seeking confirmation. She was in the mother. They certainly are a spitting image. Aw, man, I'm a loogie. I believe I got reduced to a loogie. Alright. Pleasure having you a student. Look, sure you warmed up to you already. I thought I told you that being attentive people you just met will tire them out. I glanced at it from the side, seeing fit a reminder of advice I've recounted in the past.
You have, but you gotta make an introduction, though. Otherwise, people will just forget who you are.
She said, she dejectedly claimed. To which I sighed. At this point, I lost count of how many times she's been worried about this topic in particular.
Don't you think it's scary to have no one remember you?
Her argument did get me thinking, but my response would ultimately be the one I've given before.
I wouldn't say it's scary. That's what friends are for.
My hand landed on her back with a comforting pat.
I figured you'd say that. Alright, done's done. Let's make the best of our time here, the both of us, no matter what happens, okay, deal?
Deal. Since it was the first day, it was mainly rounds of introductions, what after it. Thankfully, Rachel seemed to have taken my advice to heart and turned it down a notch for the rest of the teachers. With one last starting session, the bell rang, signaling the start of lunchtime. Grabbing our stuff, we shuffled out with the rest of class. Once at the cafeteria, we were astonished at how jam-packed and bustling it was. Since there was mostly people taller than us, it was pretty intimidating being here. Managing to get our food without much fuss or life-threatening injuries, we seized an empty table right from one of the past students. They clicked their tongues and wandered off with the feet. What a rush.
No kidding.
I thought I grabbed cheese from the bottom of my house for preventing us from getting trampled. Death having been avoided, we sat down into our respective lunches, taking the opportunity to have some small talk. Halfway through our meals, we picked up saying, "So we're going to have to tour the clubs and elect us." What are you? You're not in Japan! Guess you can look forward to music class then. Shouldn't you don't you sign up for those before class even starts? I feel like that's the thing. Whatever, I don't even know, man. Too many foreign schools are contaminating my brain. I was madly excited to see Mom in action, since she was a pretty good teacher. You better be. I like how Mrs. Amora doesn't know it was you. Like, surely Lucy has shown off a picture or two. I better already said I'm joining it.
How about you join as well? Mom and I make a great musician out of you.
Fine. But only because you two are there, that we're about to pick something up.
Oh, don't worry, we'll take good care of you.
Stop looking at me like that. To the restroom. May as well go before lunch hits. I got time to take a piss. I can't believe she has to take a pee. I want to imagine a person. And they're like in front of Mario, and they're like, I would like to take a piss. Man, I Oh shit, Dungeon Scrolls associated with Roll20? I have an interesting problem, right? And I don't know how to fix it. I need to figure out how to get this taken care of, but you know. Oh, it's all in there, huh? Okay, that should be something I can manage then. How big are these dang maps? Dude, does it tell me how big these things are? Hexa stuff. Oh gosh, all these. How are there's not just assets I have? Ugh. There's no one watching. Why am I incentivized to care? Why'd I just kick up my leggies? Oh, because I'm recording? Whoops. Entering the restroom, I wasted no time getting into a stall and down to business. Scrolling on my phone as per usual. I check the notifications from my socials, among other things. Jesus Christ, it's lunch! You can do that at the table! After a while, my eyes wandered to the tab on my phone, which always had. Why are you doing this on the fucking toilet? The toilet. After tidying up, I put my phone back in my backpack. As soon as I make contact, however, the intense dizziness washed over me as if the world was spiraling out of control. I resisted the urge to hurl. Made even harder by the fact that I'd just eaten. With the threat of my lunch coming back out of me, I gulped the nostalgia. Hold up. We know exactly what needs to be playing right now. Purple stink. I love how for someone who's having serious issues, you're extremely mentally clear. With my lunch coming up, I gulped down the nausea before taking deep breaths. Oh, that was horrible. Am I alright? I think it's something about it. This is a good sign. Holy shit, it's a character experiencing an altered state of mind. What the fuck is happening? I don't know why, but it's like a really weird thing that people don't do often enough. It's just having a character not be in their right fucking mind. Like, you're in a POV, do something with it. As the thoughts of heading to the office crossed my mind, the repugnant sensation faded away. Why is that repugnant? Guess I'll worry about it if it happens again. Now, putting too much thought on it for the moment, I snatched up my stuff and headed out. Making my way back to class is uneventful. The halls empty as they should be. Ugh. I swear, am I late or something? Picking up the pace, I arrive in my classroom, hoping that everyone hadn't already left for the tour without me. I opened the door only to freeze at the side inside. On the bright side, everyone was still here. The problem was I had no clue who any of these people were. I guess the apocalypse hasn't happened, but I don't recognize anyone anymore. Am I face blind now? Great. God, it's really what I needed on my first day of school, finding out I'm actually face blind. Where were we? The problem was, however, that I had no idea when these people were. The teacher up front, Mrs. Amora, would raise some alarms. I mean, maybe she had to go? Glancing back at the label on the door. Yeah, this is the A class. The teacher sighed recently with little confusion. Hello, can I help you?
Excuse me, would you happen to know where Mrs. Amara's class moved to? I could have sworn this was a collect
call
classroom.
The teacher raised an eyebrow, utterly confused, and contemplated my question for a moment. Ah, to move or not to move? That is the question. She's considering your question. Contemplating is such a big word. God damn, you are such a teacher's child. But Lucy is not the kind of person to use big words, though. I am sorry, young lady, but I do not know who this Miss Aomura is.
Wait, isn't she a teacher here? She's my homeroom teacher for freshman year.
My insistent and Mrs. Aomura seemed irritated.
My apology. I was just go looking for. Sorry for the trouble.
I like how this teacher sees a random strange child and is like, yeah, this is fine. Stepping out, I closed the door behind me before rubbing my temples in frustration. What the hell is going on? Is this some sort of prank? Is Mom in on it? I pulled out my phone, dialing a number, ready to confront her over whatever this was. We're sorry, you've reached a number that is disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel that you have reached this in error, please check the number and try your call again. Huh? No way! It won't connecto? Telephone, connecto! Started getting increasingly worried, and noticed a shadow begin to loom over me. Turning around, I was greeted by what I can only describe as a hairless gorilla in a suit. He has hair. Very greasy, sleek hair, but hair. He was big, like really big from where I stood. His muscles bulged through his shirt. He wears a jacket, giving me doubt that whoever this was, they were strong. No, they are strong. I like how you're using present tense, and they're going to fucking past tense. Oh no, that is past tense. Why is it past tense? Like, did he die? Spears is alive, right? Like, you could say that his muscles bulge. Like, you can do that past tense, but, like, he is the problem here. What are you doing outside of class, Fang? He stood ramrod straight, furthering his imposing presence. Why did you change clothes?
I'm sorry. I don't have any idea who Fang is.
I answered in hopes of not getting torn in half. The human adjusted his glasses, leaning in for a closer inspection. You really aren't Fang. His eyebrows raised in realization. Perhaps a relative of theirs? Have you come to watch their concert later today? I can't get sidetracked by this conversation. I have to get answers here and now.
I'm sorry, who are you?
My apologies. It appears that I have forgotten to introduce myself. I mean, I was assuming you were someone else and interrogating you so perfectly. My name is Mr. Spears, and I am the principal of this fine high school.
What? That can't be.
I met the principal of Volcano High a couple of times, and I know for sure it wasn't him, though the name Spears rings a bell. I recall Mom and Dad mentioning someone like that before. My uncertainty grew as question after question keep on my. Why do you keep using italics? What do the italics mean? Is that like specifically actual thoughts instead of like descriptive text? Like that's fine, but you have to, use your marks. Now that I've answered your question, would you answer mine in turn? Perhaps you wouldn't know Fang, but by another name. Perhaps you wouldn't. Maybe you do know Fang, by another name. Are you familiar with Lucy? That's a really weird way to do that. That is basically the same sentence twice. Like, mix it up a little. Perhaps I maybe do not gel well there. Hearing my mother's maiden name call my nerve gave me a ray of hope.
Of course I know her. She's my
Mama, I'm baby Stando. No! It's very dangerous to be baby Stando. All of a sudden, a terrible pain encompassed my entire body. It was suffocating, cold, oppressive. Like I was being crushed from all directions at once. Not only could I not breathe, but my heart felt like it was going to explode as well. My legs grew, caused me to fall on my knees in a hunched position. Why is this happening? Well, Anon made a deal with the devil that he would never suffer a heart attack, but in return his child would be extremely vulnerable to them. How does that work? Well, I just teleported all of his cholesterol into your body, so good luck with that, chump.
Oh no! I have cholesterol.
Are you alright? Spears does not stutter. Spears is a confident, straightforward... Like, listen, I'm the kind of guy who will tell you to stop making your man so extremely manly, but this is Spears' whole thing. Spears does not stutter. He is resolute and straightforward. When something goes wrong, he sticks out his hand and grabs it firmly. Spears reached out as he kneeled down next to me. As his hand touched my shoulder, I took in a gasp of air. I made heavy chokes. The horrible feeling disappeared entirely, only to leave behind the memory of its pain. Whatever had come is now gone, only for an indescribable horror to take place. A fear for my life. My instincts have been triggered from the experience. As soon as I was able, Barney ran on its own like a bat out of hell. Wait, hold on. Spears would not. Oh, he feels a bit meek. Maybe that's the point. Someone yelled out to me, but I didn't turn around. Bursting out of. Oh no. Cholesterol and all of its derivatives, including testosterone. Congratulations on tradition. I can't believe Anon's deal with the devil turned his daughter into a son. That's. I'm sure the devil didn't see that one coming either. Someone yelled at me to turn around, but I got his front. I ran as hard as I can. I kept running and running. I'm certain I maintained a dead sprint longer than I was capable of, because soon enough I reached my house. Only it wasn't my house. I know it's been 20 years, but surely your house hasn't changed, right? Like, what the fuck did your... I mean, fair enough, I guess, whatever. The exhaustion from my sprint of several dirty districts struck me like a freighter all at once, and soon collapsed in the lawn of a stranger's house. Weekly board, I had my phone and backpack and checked my time. It was sometime before noon. What caught my attention is the date. It must have changed when I connected to the school Wi-Fi or something, but it was terribly off. It's January 6th, 2020. I like how you just skipped half the fucking year, right? Like, she showed up probably in September to, like, properly join school. Wait, this isn't my beautiful house? Exactly. God, that song is great. That can't be right. It's 2044. Wait. Wait. So she was born in 2030. So Anon was a respectable 28 when he had a child? Holy shit. So many people are like, Anon has a kid way earlier than that. But this Anon is like... Because I assume she's like 14 when she goes to high school, right? So Anon had her in 2030, which means that he's like 28, 27, 29. Holy shit, it's a normal age to have a child. Instead of everyone being like, have one at 18. That's not healthy. Especially in this economy. My gaze is the sky. Countless worrying thoughts rampage within my head. In moments of silence, the words perfectly described by disbelief escape my mouth. What the fuck is going on? It's especially odd when I see people go with that angle. When you remember that, like, Anon goes away for, like, a couple of years to go to college. Anon would not have her earlier than 2024. So, that would be 2038 is, like, the earliest that it logically makes sense to have Amber. And that's if he comes out of college. He probably still wants to find a job, so let's give it a couple extra years. Like, 2040 is, like, the earliest you really want to have this happen. Anyway, I'm going to say ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Man, what a decent chapter. It's a little long in the tooth, but I knew exactly what I was getting into. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I'm not dumb. I need to figure out how to do my library stuff a bit faster than this. Can I just delete everything in this? No questions asked. Oh, that's great. There's no fucking button for this? Oh, that works too. How do you delete the folder then? How much did that help? I love that one thing that's really cool about Roll20 is that it actually shows you how many megabits you use and how many megabytes that is. People don't know those are different things. A lot of people kind of sleep on that. Oh god, I have so many duplicates. Personally, I prefer to delete everything in here because I'm pretty sure I don't need all these tiles. Where are these tiles from anyway? Where are these tiles from? Anyway, that's chapter 2. We're gonna do chapter 3 because, like I said, this is like a really brisk read, and for the most part, not too problematic. So you know, what are the comments? Good lord. What the fuck is the AEG? Man, I love these reasonably sized chapters. Did this man start both of his fucking things with my goodness? Good lord. My goodness. Good gravy.